Welcome to the live as I announced on Instagram and through private messaging. My name is Arianna Montanari and I am a yoga synergy teacher, and this is what we will do today together. We have about 45 minutes together, a little bit of a chat at the beginning, and a nice lying down final at the end of the practice, Shavasana. So while we wait for a few more people to connect, I am going to simply present this practice because the aim of this live here on YouTube is simply to share what I'm doing in a live mode. It's not just a video. Still let you know that I am a real person with a real practice and show you how it feels to move in the five-dimensional synergy flow and what effects it has on your body, on your energy levels, on your thoughts, and see this practice as different. Okay, if you're used to Ashtanga, if you're used to the so-called Vinyasa, or if you're used to maybe Yin yoga, that it's a lot more static. So this practice is different, looks different, sometimes sounds different, because the instructions that I give are sometimes the opposite of what you might be used to. So notice your thoughts, be open-minded, and move away from, this is wrong, this is right. Simply explore, be open, be curious to how it feels for you to do the movement in the way that I'm suggesting. Seeing what inputs is the brain receiving. How do you feel when you do those things? What type of thoughts? Are you judging yourself constantly, or can you speak to yourself kindly? Can you do this practice together with your body, or it's always your ego against the body? There is never enough. Notice, this practice is a smart practice. It's kind of interactive, which means that we create intelligence, we create connection in the body, because we work a lot with moving from the core. We don't want to lock the core. We actually want to find movement and softness in this area, as you have in, say, martial arts, welcome. We're gonna do a live yoga class. The five-dimensional flow, synergy flow, is really for everybody. It can be watched, it can be felt, so you're more than welcome to join and practice with me. This is the first time that I go live on YouTube. Let's see what are the habits of people watching on this platform. Very curious. So while we're practicing, remember to soften up the shoulders, soften up the abdomen. Make the practice sustainable, make the practice calming, invigorating, engaging enough, but not too much, so not too challenging. So find your level of challenge in the practice. This is not training, so stay always in that intensity, okay, that feels more like a warm bath and somebody is massaging your feet. So that feeling. Make it accessible, so train for success. Practice in a way that makes you feel like, oh, I got this, rather than, this is too difficult, I am not good enough. So, good. So if you're here to practice, then you are more than welcome to stand up. and find a comfortable space at home or wherever you are. You can put on some music. That makes the practice more fun. I will not have music in the background. And what I'm going to ask you is to simply find a standing position with your feet in a comfortable position. And you can find this position by, for instance, taking a few steps on the spot to then land. Bend your knees. Soften up your abdomen. And in the synergy practice, we want to have the top of the hips going backwards. So if you notice, rather than arching, I want to find a kind of a neutral position where I relax the abdomen, I relax the pelvic floor, I soften up the shoulders, I soften up the neck, bending the knees. And then we bring our awareness back to our feet. See if you can expand the toes. To then start bringing the weight, shifting from one foot to the other. Knees bent, a soft abdomen, soft shoulders. And it's almost like pressing a little extra in one foot and the other. Coming back to center, lean into your toes, so lean forward and lean back. Lean forward, lean back, and continue. Feel the toes activating. Continue. I'm just going to remove my socks. Come to center, expand your toes, and if you can, lift up the toes. So I'm going to mimic my toes with my fingers. And if you can, spread out the toes and go down and up with your big toes, down and up, down and up. So the two big toes are going down and up. And it can be so that the brain needs some time to find it. It can be so that it's a movement that at the moment is not available. So just do your best and find it. Up with the big toes, down and up with the other 8 toes. Up and down, down and up. Soft belly, soft shoulders. And this, of course, you can also do if you're sitting down. Alternate. If you're watching this from, I don't know, sitting on the bus. It is something that, an input that you can give to the toes, even with your shoes on if you want to. And up with the toes and grip gently. So toes pressing gently into the floor. Knees are slightly bent, top of the hips back. Relax the pelvic floor, relax the abdomen. So I don't want to pull in the navel, I want to relax. Soft shoulders. Make figure 8s with your chin to move the neck, to check the neck is free to move. Soften up your face, the jaw. Soften up the forehead. Place your arms around you, lengthening the fingers. And we want to lengthen the fingers so that we call blood to that area. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable with it. Re-noticing, reconnecting to your feet and the space in between your feet and the mat. Having your knees slightly bent, softening up your thighs, softening up the glutes, softening up the abdomen, shoulders melting down and out to the sides. Soft neck, soft jaw, soft face. Make the body as relaxed as you can, although we're standing in a position that requires some muscles to stay active, but not over tensed. Start noticing where in the body you feel the breath. Is it up in the throat, up in the chest, which is more of a stressed breath? Is it easy to breathe? Does it make sound? Is it silent? Is it a little bit shaky? So notice the quality of your breath and the location of your breath. And then if you can, start breathing, start expanding the lowest part of your lungs, the lowest part of your rib cage. And feel that expansion and relaxation that makes you breathe in. And when you relax it naturally, allow air flow out of your nose. We go even lower. Try to relax the abdomen and breathe into your core. That is that invisible area located in between your navel and the pubic bone. So try to breathe there. Expanding like a balloon where you're breathing in and relaxing. See if you can expand the lower back. Feeling some degree of breath, of movement there too. Visualize the breath flowing through your legs all the way to your feet. The so-called deep breath, a breath that moves away from your nose. And then from our feet up again, all the way to the head. And then breathe out from your mouth. Open up your eyes and see if you can start moving your feet. We go up on the toes, up on the heels. Just a few times. Belly soft. Land and take inside and outside. See if you can draw circles. So you go in on your toes, out on your heels, in, toes, out, heels, and then you make it into a smooth movement. Once this is comfortable enough, you can maybe start using your fingers, moving your wrists, moving your elbows, moving your shoulders, moving the spine. And pause the arms to change direction of the circle. So we go inwards. And once you have the feet, then we start from the pinky, circles or figure eights. Feel your wrists, elbows, shoulders, spine, and maybe notice how much information your brain can handle at the same time, how many body parts you can control consciously at the same time. And allow the arms to pause. Pause your feet and land. Small circles with your knees. This is called the joint synergy. So it's the first, or say one of the building blocks of the synergy practice, where we really go and work consciously with our joint complexes one at a time to then put the movement all together, change direction. Accessible, easy, pain-free. This is what this practice is about, to go together. The aim of this practice is to warm up the body, but without pushing too hard. To go up hips. The knees are soft, the shoulders are soft. Change direction. This should be nice. You should be able to enjoy this movement. You can slow down if you want to. And then come to the center. Now remember, top of the hips back, bending the knees just a tiny bit. And then think shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down. Notice if it feels tense or if you can make the movement a little bit softer. So I don't want to over tense and do it so mechanical. I want to do it a little bit softer. With the knees bent, with the belly soft, the face soft, lengthen fingers up and down. And now we're going to add, when the shoulders are moving up, the hips and the knees are moving down. So up with the shoulders, down with knees and hips. Notice how you're lengthening the spine in both directions, both up and down. Soft abdomen so we can really lengthen. And if you're soft enough, you might already feel that by doing this movement, you get warm. We're getting blood pumping in the body. Now the shoulders from up and down, they start drawing circles. So forward, down, back, and up, and continue. Notice if you can keep on going. And now let's have a little bit more focus on our chest expanding forward and up, and the shoulder blades moving away from each other, rounding up the upper back, and continue. Expanding the chest, rounding up the upper back. And it's mostly an exercise for you to notice the different parts of the trunk. Do it softly. Do it so that you can still breathe naturally in and out from your nose. And now we try to connect it to the central part of the spine. So the middle back and the lower rib cage. Middle back, lower rib cage. Middle back, lower rib cage. And continue. Find that area. Find those vertebrae. And now the lowest part of your spine, the lowest part of your abdomen. You can do it even slower, but I really want to expand the front, expand the back, expand the front, expand the back. Fluid, soft movements. Belly soft. I breathe into it, I relax it. And now if you can and want, you can add the arms. And if you want, you can lift up the heels and continue. Down with the heels. And I'm gonna turn around. You're gonna come forward with the left leg with both knees bent, and we continue. I'm gonna look forward again. I have my left leg forward, and I keep on going, keep on rolling the spinal waves. If you can, lift up the left leg, and it's bent. See how much movement you can still find in the trunk. Can you have a straight leg? So I'm still moving here. Bending again, and then pausing. Find your balance. Bend the standing knee. Have this knee as high or as low as you like. Round up the lower back, relax the pelvic floor, abdomen, soften up the shoulders, soften up the face. And then stretch again, straight. Come into a little ball, so shoulders to knees, open up behind you. There you go. And lengthen and open up. and lengthen and open up. The support knee is always a slightly bent. And continue. Get a good grip with the toes. And then next time you are in the warrior 3 stay, have parallel hips to the floor. Flex that back foot. Relax the abdomen if you can. Soften up the shoulders, soften up the face. Bend both knees, come up to standing. Up with your arms, balancing on a foot. Lift up the heel if you can. Come down with the heel, tuck in the chin. Roll down all the way. Bend the knees, adjust the position of your feet. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Bend your knees and roll up again, one vertebra at a time. Continue up with your shoulders, up with the elbows, up with the hands, and down again. We do the other side. So now we come forward, just a tiny step with the right leg. Right leg forward, bend both knees, and then start rolling the shoulders forward, down, back, and up, and continue. Remind yourself that it's not necessarily this big movement from the hips. It's distributing that movement to the trunk. How much connection can you feel to your vertebrae? Can you lift up the right leg? Even just 1 centimeter. Left knee is slightly bent. I'm gripping with the toes without overdoing it. Have a straight leg if you can. And see if you can still moving the trunk. And bend the leg again. And pause. Make sure that you're rounding your back, that you're softening up the shoulders, lengthening the fingers, bending the knee. I can still breathe in my abdomen. And I have a straight leg. Lift up, bend and expand behind you. Bend, so shoulder to knee, expand in front of you. Shoulder to knee, expand behind you. Bend that left knee. And the movement can be as small as being here. So really do whatever works for you. But what's important here is that when we have the leg in front of us, we don't go there, kind of loading the lower back. So when doing these classes where I actually don't see what you're doing, make sure that you're staying safe, not hurting the lower back or the knees or the hips. Next time you are with your legs behind, with your leg behind you, stay. Whatever shape. What's important here is that you have almost like a straight line with the upper body and the leg behind you. And so find your position. Grip with the toes on the floor. Bend the standing knee, top of the hips back. Relax the abdomen. Make a soft face, soft shoulders. Bend both knees. Come up to standing. Lift up the heel. Down with both feet. Down with the arms, chin in, and roll down all the way. And bend your knees here. Allow the shoulders to melt towards your ears. Soften up your face. Breathe into your abdomen so that you feel that the abdomen is expanding. Massaging your internal organs. And from here, we're gonna go to downward facing dog. So make sure that you walk forward with your hands, walk backward with your feet, and find your position. That is more or less like a triangle. And there, your hands, expand the fingers, press the fingers into the mat, press the hands into the mat. Allow the shoulders to hug your neck, touching your ears. Feet are pushing into the floor and back behind you. Bend the knees if you need to. Sit bones lengthening towards your heels. Breathing to your abdomen. Then we make this static position a little bit more active. So we bend the knees, we round the back, especially the area in between your scapula, the shoulder blades. We come forward with the weight, strong fingers, bend the elbows just a tiny bit, move forward, move backward, and again, move forward, rounding the back and backward. You can go slower, you can go faster, you can change direction. You keep the active fingers, so we create a bandha, a co-activation of muscles around the wrists. And next time you have your knees bent, come down, go into child's pose. Folding forward, having your forehead on the mat, on the ground. Keeping the hands in contact with the floor. Having the shoulders still hugging your neck, touching your ears. Sit bones lengthening towards your heels. Breathe into the abdomen. From here, start gently rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Come and sit down. Oh, come to sit down. Beautiful. And place your feet in front of you. Bend your knees, flex your feet. And now, if you want, you can start connecting with the top of the hips and moving forward and back. Thinking that the abdomen is expanding on the way forward and the lower back is expanding on the way backward. Finding some movement in your hips and the lower abdomen. And now connect the chest, expanding the chest forward, expanding the shoulder blades on the way back. If you want, you can start rolling the shoulders forward, moving the whole trunk with active movements, working towards a forward fold. And if your hamstrings are comfortable enough, have straight legs, but keep the feet in a flexed position. And when you feel that you have softened up enough, stay in a forward fold and make sure that your back is in a rounded up position. I want to have my arms resting on the sides of the legs, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, softening up your face. And since we're not pulling ourselves into the stretch, we want to first mentally accept where we are. And then by breathing into the abdomen, so expanding the abdomen on the way in, I want to find ease, I want to find comfort in this position. And every time you breathe out, you might be able to kind of sink in. Gently roll up. Bend your knees. Gonna go into Navasana. So lean back slightly, soften up your shoulders. And this could be enough for you. If you want, you can lift up the legs, so that's also fine. Softening up whatever is not needed. Softening up the face, the fingers, even the toes. And then see if you can find small movements. Again, if this is too much, touch down. You could explore different movements of the arms. Maybe out to the sides. And then staying, softening up and landing. If you can, just lengthen the spine, lengthen the sides. We're now gonna find that position again of our legs. So we're gonna roll down and up a few times. So start by rounding up the lower back. The belly is active, but I'm not pulling in the navel. Roll down one vertebra at a time, and then see if you can also roll up again. Roll down and roll up. And on the way up, see if you can still have a feeling that you're pushing each vertebra down on the floor. Last one. We come up. And we let go. If you can, place your hands behind you, lift up the feet and start drawing circles with your knees. We're gonna go into cobbler's pose. Change direction. And then with your feet in flexed position, allow the feet to land on the mat. Wherever position they land, that's your natural range of movement. So we don't want to pull them closer to the body. Round up the lower back, relax the abdomen and fold forward. Having the aim not to try to go deeper, but simply to soften up here. Soft shoulders, just smoothen out the face. Allow the belly to expand when you breathe in. And gently roll up. And find a comfortable seated position. It can be on a chair, it can be on the couch, it can be cross-legged. But usually the general rule with a cross-legged position is that if your knees are higher than your hips in a relaxed position, then you should have something underneath your hips, something under the butt to have higher hips. So hips higher than your knees. Get a chair if you need to, or a little stool, a pillow, a blanket, a block. And once you are there, allow the top of the hips to move backwards, the trunk to lean back just a tiny bit, softening up the pelvic floor and the abdomen, allowing the shoulders to melt down and out to the sides, moving the neck a few times, softening up your face. And then from here, you can just copy the movements. You want to round up the back, up with the shoulders, elbows, lifting up, opening up. Again, same thing, lifting up and down. Have your hands one close to the other without touching. So palms very close but not touching. See if you can feel any warmth in between your hands, which is your blood flow. Move the hands away, maybe moving one hand up and the other one down. And come forward with the hands, rounding up the upper back. And down. Last one. And allow the hands to rest close to the abdomen or on your thighs or on your knees. Take just a few moments to breathe around the abdomen. Softening up your face. Softening up the area around the eyes, the forehead. Scanning the body for any residual tension. And you can start creating some heat between your hands. Massaging, wiping your face. If you don't like that, you can just give a nice squeeze to your skull. And then you can make your way into Shavasana, which means that we close up the class by lying down on your back, which is optional. You can also just sit in the same position. But prepare the space for you lying down if that's your choice. Get a little blanket, get socks, or get a sweater. And lie down on your back. Make yourself comfortable. And allow your legs to feel heavy. Relax the glutes, allow the shoulders to soften up. Allow the face to smoothen out. Allow the pace of your thoughts to also slow down. Allow the breath to be silent so that only you can hear it, or even barely so. And give yourself a few minutes of stillness, trying to feel comfortable with the stillness of the mind and of the body. It can be very challenging sometimes. And come back. Come back to the breath flowing in and out from your nose. Filling up the abdomen, the chest, the whole of the back, your sides. Feel the body warm thanks to the blood flow. Start expanding feet and hands. Start moving legs and arms. Start moving your hips, maybe swaying them side to side. Move the neck. Bend your knees and come with the feet back on the mat so that you can easily roll onto one side. And then with your eyes closed, coming up to a seated position again. Placing your hands together in front of the chest. And taking one last moment to appreciate your body and all the things that you get to do with your body, all the experiences that you have access to on a daily basis, thanks to your body, to your mind, to your energy levels, to the fact that you're healthy. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Welcome back. Interesting to see the differences. All the comments are WTF. YouTube is not ready for the synergy. Let's do it. I'll conquer you. Beautiful people, thank you for today.